Namaste and welcome to a mini Rocket 2 cross training. And I started to use the term Emerson Vinyasa to describe my teaching, which is newer. And Emerson Vinyasa encompasses Ashtanga, Rocket, cross training, and some of the deeper parts of yoga, which is meditation and pranayama. So you'll see a little bit of all of those elements in the practice today. We'll just start in a comfortable seated position and turn your palms up. And this is our offering, is through our practice. We're working to gain clarity and vision and attract positive things in our lives through our practice. So we're going to take 3 opening breaths. And we'll bring our palms together for an Om. Inhale. Good. And then taking a hold of the knees, just start to rotate your torso around in a circle. Inhale and exhale, loosen up your lower back and hips. Good. Go the opposite direction. Good, and then we're going to go ahead and bring our legs out in front of us as we exhale. Lift the sits bones. So you'll notice these little lifts coming into positions, and anytime we lift, our body weight is really good for your bones. So adding in just these lean forward when you lift up. So you really want to pull in your lower belly, lean and lift, and come down. And let's go ahead, and this is it's almost like a cat-cow, but it's just in seated. Lace your fingers together, and then so you want to round your upper back. So you're pushing out with the hands, and you're rounding and broadening the shoulder blades. And then inhale, lift the chest and pull the shoulder blades in and down. Okay, so we're going to do about 8 of those, forward and up. Forward, broaden those shoulder blades. And inhale, lift the chest. Good, and repeat. And lift. Good, and repeat. Good, and lift. Good, and lift. Good, and then just shake out the shoulders. And let's go ahead and come over onto our hands and our knees and lift into a downward dog. Spread your fingers and push those hips in the air. Melt your heart. 1, 2, deep breaths. 3, 4. And we'll inhale into a plank position. So working on the plank, make sure you engage your belly. Lean forward and squeeze the elbows in, lower in chaturanga. And inhale, roll the heart open, shoulders come back, look up. And exhale, push and lift into downward dog, okay? Raise your right leg to the sky, feeling some movement, roll the ankle around. Good, and then switch sides. Good, and then from here, we're gonna do another plank, so inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Now lift your head a little away from the mat. So we don't want our head to hang, so we want to engage those shoulder blades. And then inhale, roll the heart up, look up. Exhale as you lift the hips, press into the fingers, and drop your head. 3 more deep breaths. 2, and 3. Inhale, one more time, plank. Lift your head a little away from the mat. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So maybe moving a little faster. 4, and 5. Gaze between the hands, step forward, bring the big toes together, lengthen. Okay, so our first forward bend. So as we fold down, bend the knees a little bit. Soften your spine. Hold for another breath. And inhale, roll yourself up, lift the arms above you. And exhale your palms at your heart, okay? And take a deep breath in Samasthiti, lifting the chest. We'll bend our knees and reach into Utkatasana, chair position. Reach the hips back, lengthen the fingertips up. Good, so what we want to avoid, and so I don't break Utkatasana down that much, we want to avoid hyperextension, trying to go too deep into the upper back. So instead, we want those lower ribs to draw in as we lengthen the arms up. So this really puts a lot of focus into your core, and it makes your lower back really flat. Okay, Utkatasana, hold, 4, 3, 2, exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, inhale, look up. Now see if you can jump. So we want the hands flat, bend the knees, and be very active when you jump from your core. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, downward facing. Okay, right foot steps forward to warrior. Inhale, and we're going to stay in warrior for a few breaths to open the pose. 2, square the hips, reach up with your midsection. And then we'll flow down into chaturanga. Step back, squeeze lower. Heart up, downward dog. Left foot forward, inhale, other side warrior. And again, a few breaths here. Open up the pose. 2, and exhale. Bring the hands down, step back, push up. Upward dog. Downward dog. Lift, stretch, and breathe. And 5, look up at the hands, step forward, inhale, look up. Exhale, fold down. Grounding feet, inhale, come up with straight legs, it's okay. Exhale, Samasthiti. Good. So let's practice again. Utkatasana, bend the knees, reach out. Forward fold, exhale. Look up. Step or jump to push up. Squeeze in. Roll up. Downward dog. So just working the flow now. Right foot forward, warrior A. Inhale. Exhale, flow to chaturanga. Inhale, look up. Exhale, down dog. Left foot forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhaling, bring the hands down, step back, push up. Upward dog, downward dog. Keep pressing into your hands. So as you press into the hands, just that pressing will help you open up your back and your shoulders. Good, and then inhale. Let's practice that jump up. So step forward so you don't have this far to jump. Bend your knees and inhale, lightly come forward, lengthen, exhale, fold. And inhale, bend the knees, chair. Exhale, samastiti. Good, take a deep breath. Bend your knees, inhale, utkatasana. Look up, fold over, one more sun salutation. Look up. Good, practice your jump backs. You want to get your hands flat, bend the knees and jump. Roll into up dog. Flow to down dog. Right foot forward, inhale. Lift the arms. This time, interlace your fingers so you can really open up the wrists. And exhale, flow into a push-up. Upward dog, downward dog, left foot forward, interlacing, inhale. And exhale, flow back down into chaturanga. Up dog, and lengthen downward dog, 5 breaths. Four, and 5. Bend the knees, jump up. Open through your heart. Fold your head. Bend the knees one more time. And exhale, samastiti. Good. Bring your hands on your hips. Open your feet a foot wide. And we'll inhale, look up. So classical Ashtanga beginning is Padangusthasana. Grab the big toes, look up. And drop your head. So just feel this is opening up all of our nadis or energy channels. Four, look up. Bring your palms under your feet. So we're going to go a little deeper into this forward fold. Folding, letting go, clearing our mind. Good. And then turn your toes out, drop down into squatting position. Bring your palms at your heart. So this is very loosening in the lower back. Look at you. What are you doing? Take your right arm behind your back. See if you can lean to the left and bind. 4, 3, 2. Really open the right shoulder and then switch sides. So just a little movement, little more movement here. 4, 3, 2. And exhale. Ready? Bakasana, crow pose. Hands down, knees on the backs of the arms. Inhale, shift forward, take it up. Good, so when you jump, come all the way down on your belly. That will help you with the jump back and your shoulders as if you come all the way down. Good, so, with the baby being born, baby tummy time, this is our tummy time. This is our tummy time. So just go ahead and let your tummy rest on the mat and fold your forearms into Sphinx. Lengthen back with your toes. Get a sense of welcoming, healing energy into our third eye. Exhale, slide your hands back, push into a child's position. Climb the knees in and release your hips. Exhale, we'll lift into downward dog. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, warrior A. We're going to go a little faster now, Sherry. Warrior A. Exhale, warrior B. Straighten your leg. Drop to triangle, hold triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, switch your hands, revolving triangle. Pull the right hip back, reach up. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, hands to the earth. Warrior B, widen your feet. So you really want to get a nice wide stance. Drop the right hand to the outside of the foot, side stretch, reach. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back up and square your hips forward. Exhale, twisting prayer. Three, 4. Exhale, look down, lunges. Right hand on the inside of the right foot, and we lunge, and we drop the left hip. Good, and 5. Go ahead and come out of that, and Anahata, the hips stay up. Hands forward, melt your chest, Sherry, so you get that upper back opening. Good, and then bring the hands back under the shoulders. And exhale, lift and raise into downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, pivot that right heel down. And lift your arms, inhaling. Exhale, warrior B. Straighten your leg, release to triangle, hold triangle. Be careful not to lock the knees, engage up through the kneecaps. 4, and exhale, switch hands. So just moving at that little faster pace, and the right foot rolls more forward. So we're working into the twist. Exhaling, hands down and raising back up to warrior B. Take the left forearm down, widen your feet, extended side angle. Just keep reaching. Push your leg into your arm. Good, engage down through that right foot as you raise back to warrior B. And then swoop that right arm forward and the right hip to warrior A. Exhale, twisting prayer. Four. And exhaling. Look down, take the left hand on the inside of the leg for lunging. Lunge into that left side. Good. And then from here, we're going to step back. And if you want to go to the wall, we'll work on, let's do a dolphin first, then an elbow stand. Place your fingers together and lift up your knees. The elbows are right under the shoulders. Lean the shoulders over the elbows, finding that stacked position. Step in, right leg up. Switch your feet. Come down and rest. So just take a couple resting breaths and then prepare for your elbow stand at the wall. You can go to the wall for this one. Spread your fingers, create your foundation. Make sure you pull in your navel. So when you lift the knees, pull the navel in. And take it up. Good, and come down and rest. Okay. You can move away from the wall. We're gonna rest on our back. So this is just part of the Emersons Vinyasa flow, is we're gonna come into happy baby first before rocket splits. So this really works to open up your hips and pelvis before going into the splits. So that's a little the methodology behind kind of what I've been teaching these days. Grab your big toes and then separate the legs in that V position. This should feel really amazing. Four. And 5, and then bring the legs together. Let's add in some abs, work on your core, place your hands behind your head, hover that right leg down, pull it up, and switch. Good, roll up into Navasana. And then option here, if you feel inspired for the headstand, that is the entrance into rocket splits. It's usually done with tripod headstand, but you could also do supported headstand. And what we want to do is we just want to get our legs apart and into a V. Good, good, good. And then bring them down slowly. Prepare for Prasarita, so step into your center part of your mat. Roll your heels out and bring your hands on your waist. Fold your head for 5 breaths. Inhale out. Good. Take a pause. Bring your arms out, lace your hands behind you, look up. Exhale, lift your arms, we'll fold again. Inhale, look up, grab your big toes, lengthen. And bend your elbows to the sides. Inhale, look up, bring your hands under your face. And then we're gonna widen our feet. So we're going into a wide split and coming onto our forearms and just working on our flexibility. Ooh. Ooh. Biggest stretch of the day, that's what Larry Schultz would say. Biggest stretch of the day. Good, and then you wanna come over to face the right leg. So you wanna roll onto that knee. Front splits, right side. Just working on those front splits, modifying, practicing where it suits you best. Fold into the right leg. Good. Let's come up and switch sides. Switch around, other side. Right knee down, lower down on the hips. Four, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale up. And we'll sit down and straddle. So I know this is the big range of movement in the hips. Just do the best you can, working through these transitions. And we're gonna walk forward, look to our third eye. Inhale, exhale, side stretch to the right. And switch sides. Good, and inhale up. Good, and then from here, a little Emersons Vinyasa. We'll bring the feet together in Baddha Konasana. So these are just, these little flares that add in a little special movements for us. This is a real meditative pose. So take 5 breaths in meditation. Lifting our pelvic floor. And exhale, lengthen forward, lengthen over. Good. Inhale up and face the front of your mat. Okay, so let's work a straight leg lift up. Pull your feet in boat first, Navasana. Lift up with straight legs. Go back into Navasana. And lift up with straight legs. Go back into Navasana. Good. Exhale, take a Vinyasa. Pashasana, jump feet, knees together. Inhale, take the left arm up and cross to the right. So this is a little of the rocket too. Bring your hands to the side for side crow. And you can use both of your arms. You want to create a shelf, so lift up your hips to lower. Bring the top leg back and up. The other leg out to the side. Good, and so the easy transition is just bring it in and switch sides. So this is kind of makes Rocket 2 a little more accessible. Eventually we'll layer in more, but now twist to the left side. Good, bring the hands down and lift and lower into side crow. Good, so when I'm practicing arm balances, I'm really feeding my inner teacher and I'm just saying this is making me stronger. So when you're holding, you want to count your breaths. When you count those breaths, each breath is making you a little stronger. So go into it one more time. Sometimes the left side I find can be a little weaker, so let's repeat that side and really just focus on holding, okay? Come up and hold. 4, 3, 2. Good, and bring it in. And exhale, take your vinyasa. So we'll step back to chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog. And step your knees forward and sit down between your feet or modify and sit on a bolster or block. Interlace the fingers, reach up. Reach back, come back as far as you're practicing. Good, and then use your arms and come back up. Come up onto your knees. Raise your arms to the sky. And curl those toes under, and let's grab our heels. Lift our heart and lean the head back. Inhale, lift the heart up from center. Rest in a child's pose. Inhale, come back to center. Good, and then exhale. Again, we repeat, reach up and reach back. Eventually, we'll release into a drop back. Good, and that's just something to build up to. Kind of crawling up and out of that sometimes is the easier transition. Rest in child's pose. Good, and then lift into a downward dog. Jump to seated, and the first seated forward bend of the practice. Grab your big toes, and take 5 breaths, lengthen forward. Good, and then we're gonna roll back onto all the way down. Squeeze your knees in, rest, rest, rest. Bring your feet to the floor, lift to supported bridge pose. Bring your hands over your shoulders, lift to full bridge pose. Good, so that went kind of fast. So you want to tuck your fingertips underneath the shoulders a little bit. So you're really rotating. And then if you want to start just with the crown of the head on the floor, and then lift the head. When you're ready, come down slow and roll your wrists out. Good, if you want to do one more on your own, or if you just want to rest and pull the knees in, just take a couple minutes. for a couple breaths. Good, and then hold your legs, rock up and down. Rock up and fold over. Surrendering and letting go. All the way in this easeful forward fold. Good. Good, and then when you roll up, if you want to work on handstands, now's a good time to add that into your practice. You can also just practice planks or take a resting pose in a seated forward bend. Press into the floor when you kick up. Make sure you use your breath. Look between the hands. Step in. Good, and then, if you want to go up one more time, go ahead. Since you're at the wall, building strength. Good, and you'll know when you're ready to rest. Your body will tell you to rest. Let's do a shoulder stretch after the handstand. So come onto your hands and your knees and take one arm up and then weave it under, lower your shoulder to the floor and stretch out. And go ahead and come back up and switch sides. Good, and then go ahead and come up. Lift into a downward dog. Take your right leg to the sky and bend the knee and lower and swan. So now we're working into a hip opener, folding the foot pretty close in front of the hip flexor. Fold your head down. Good. Inhale, walk up, lift up your back foot, pull it in. Exhale, downward facing. Let's take that left leg, lift it up, and step it in. Good, finding that nice middle road. And exhale, fold forward. Good, quiet your thinking mind. Come back up. You want to keep coming back to a vision, Sherry. So as you hold your back foot, just see things in your life multiplying and growing in positive ways, just like the growth of spring. We want to grow our visions and our dreams. Take that back foot, swing it around so we can go into a twist and twist our bodies to the right. Gazing around forward and to the other side. Stack your knees together. Wiggle the feet out to the sides. Gomukhasana. Let's go ahead and work the shoulder. Take the left arm up, fold it behind your head. Reach the other arm up, grab your fingertips. Fold forward. And release. Switch sides, change up your legs. Right arm raises, twist to the left. Gazing forward, and we release and look over the other way. Good. Stack your knees. Take that right arm up, fold it behind your head and your neck. Hold your elbow. Reach the other arm up, grab your fingertips. Make sure you don't hyperextend, pull in your ribs. Good, and then release the arms and grab your ankles as you fold forward, surrendering into something beautiful. Inhale up, and let's go into a Baddha Konasana butterfly. Lengthen forward. Good. Inhale up. If you want to take one more vinyasa on your own, now's a good time to take a vinyasa. And we will come up, taking that full vinyasa. Good. And then seated, we're going to practice yoga mudra, lacing our hands behind our back. Inhale, look up. Bring awareness to your third eye as you bend forward. Soften all the way over. Slowly bring yourself up. Good. Feeling that back body totally awake, full of life. Take your right hand, your right palm on top of the left. Connect your thumbs. Rest your hands in your lap. And take a few slow breaths. Close your eyes. Good. Feel any energy that's tension dissipating in your body. Feel your hips relaxing into the earth. Good. Do a few cleansing breaths, Utpati, if you can take Lotus or Padmasana in Sanskrit. Hands place and focus on exhale. And lay down on your back in deep relaxation. Take another breath to surrender. Make sure you're comfortable. Maybe rock your knees a little. Let yourself let go. Creating that vision, we're melting into our happy place. And just making a little promise to ourselves for new beginnings and truly being able to let go of the past today. We stay open, we stay free, and we believe in good things and magic, things that we can't see, we can't explain. We believe in them helping us on our path. So whether that's our ancestors or connection to nature or even fairies, Larry believed in fairies. Being open to fairies, things that sometimes we don't talk about. That are helping us on our path. Start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Feeling a little lighter and much more relaxed. We'll come into seated. Namaste.